The weekend is here, and let's see if we're going to get a little bit of a rest of all this crazy energy, but we can feel it building. It's almost springtime. Welcome, everybody. It's the freaking weekend. Welcome, everybody. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV for another edition of the freaking weekend, because when you see that singing bowl in the middle of the screen, you know it's time for, that's right, the freaking weekend. It's here. It's here. And we're getting closer and closer to spring. We're getting closer to spring. The sun's out till like 7:30 at night here in Western New York. It's fantastic, man. But we've had a little bit of a warm up, but today it was 33 fucking degrees. It's like the weather has fucking bipolar disorder. I don't know, man. But you know how we do here. So welcome, everybody. Welcome. First of all, if you want to get the lowdown for the week, you want to watch the midweek reset tarot reading. That's right. That's posted on Wednesdays to give you the vibe for the whole week, including the astrology, the energy, all of that good stuff. But here on the freaking weekend, we get the vibe. We pull everybody's sign out of the singing bowl one at a time. We do a quick, fun read, although lately, these readings have been kind of difficult, and I go in with the intention of we're gonna have fun. But if the universe has got to smack you in the ass, I mean, it's got to happen. Trust me, guys. It's the last thing I want to do is go into this with a good mood and all of that, and then all of a sudden it's just like, Capricorn, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? I'm like, just want to have fun. So this is what we try to do. We try to keep it light. So let's go ahead. Without further ado, again, no fluff, no clarifications, no nothing. We're just going to zoom through these because it's the weekend, We want to get the vibe. We want to see what's going to happen. And that's all we do is work for the weekend. So let's begin. We're going to pick our first contestant out of the singing bowl. Let's see who the fuck it is. Okay. And it's all right. Leo for the win-win, 20 twin. Let's put you on the board. There you are. Very good, Leo. Fellow kings and queens, that's right. Let's get the vibe for us this weekend. I know I'm pretty goddamn busy this weekend, so that's good. I got classes and readings and healings and all of that. So, hey, come down to the Circle of Light. I'm there all weekend. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I love doing what I do because this is what I do 24/7. All right, Leo, let's get you in the mood. Oh, okay. So how do we do this? Yes. Okay. Yes. But yeah. Okay. So this weekend, Leo, we are going to want to go with the flow. All right. We don't want uncertainty to cloud our judgments. I mean, the moon shows uncertainty, and look at how we're getting into our emotions. We want to release that. It's full moon is an indication to release it. You know what I mean? The Six of Swords is showing you moving forward, knowing that the storm has finally settled, and the High Priestess is trusting your intuition, but going with the flow. Really not having a plan, just all you have to do is focus on success and movement, and it's going to be, a lot of movement here. So do that. Keep it at a fast pace instead of a slow pace, because we don't want to get in our feels, okay? So let's get some oracles. And see what else we have. Leo. Why did I almost say Scorpio? All right, let's see. What do we have? What do we have for you, Leo? I don't know. I'm just in one of those moods. All right. Now, okay. Very good. Very good. So we've got darkest fears, sadness and isolation with the Three of Swords, the Nine of Swords, anxiety, all of that. We have to take a win or lose attitude. It's time. Five of Swords again. So this is all mental stuff. And the 10 of, this is the Wheel of Fortune. This is going with the flow. So again, the message double downs here. Doubles down. And it's going with the flow. Luck is on your side. This weekend, Leo, go with the flow. Don't get in this uncertainty. These three right here. No. You just go with the flow. Win or lose, it's up to you. You choose. You know? That's basically that right there. So let's look at love and relationships and all of that and see what the hell is going on here. Yeah, so this shows you, you know, like just no isolation. I mean, again, it's just setting yourself free from certain relationships. Yeah, staying out of the drama. Leo, staying out of the drama. And King of Cups is when things get salty, we get moving. You know what I mean? It's again, controlling our emotions here. Not letting our emotions get the best of us in any way, shape, or form. That's the biggest thing. So make sure that you are aware of that. Okay, but this is not getting involved in the drama, setting ourselves free from the mental shit that goes on in our head. And let's face it, we let our fears drive us and all goes to shit. But this looks very good when you take a win or lose attitude. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Especially when it comes to relationships, you know? Set yourself free from all of that. What the hell does, you know, what do you care? All right, so let's get some oracles about the whole relationship thing. Let's see. Okay. We've got shocking, turmoil, trouble, unexpected. All right, so again, with anything that comes with that, you go with the flow. All right? And time, waiting, cycles, and moments. So again, you may feel like you're racing against the clock or something like that. You know, you got plenty of time. We're not waiting, we're attracting. See what I'm saying? All right? We don't let that get us down. You see what I'm saying? So let's get what's the vibe. Cycles, moments. Did I say moments? Yeah, this could be from old exes, dead relationships and old ways. They can't serve us anymore. You know, especially when it comes to the weekend vibe. We're not doing the same thing. You know what I mean? It just does not fit. But you know, the Chariot and the Wheel of Fortune here is really good. It says go with the flow. Even when, you know, all kinds of shit goes crazy or whatnot or unexpected, you know, again, there's a time issue here, which is good because you got time. You know, it's all in how you look at it, basically. You know, but the Nine of Swords shows an anxiety, and that can make things worse. So don't get anxiety. Don't let anything affect you that way. You know what I mean? It seems too emotional. All right, so closing message from the Rebel deck. You know how we do with this. They broke your heart. That's right. And maybe that's what you're still going through is releasing some of this. The Three of Swords shows that, you know, leaving this behind. The Six of Swords shows leaving this behind. The drama, the bullshit, all of that, Leo, no longer serves you. So it's saying that they broke your heart. Again, old exes, relationships, old ways, doesn't matter. What's the solution? Fuck them. Even better. That's right, Leo. Fuck them. Whose loss? Their loss. Is it a you thing? It's a them thing. And you don't need any of that bullshit, so fuck it. And I think that's what you need to release now. It's time, just like we saw in the messages here, it's time to release that. It fucks with your energy. Don't let them fuck with you. Fuck it. They fucked you over. Karma will take care of that shit. And karma doesn't discriminate. It doesn't. That I do know. All right. So Leo, that is going to do it for your freaking weekend again. Okay. So people have fucked you over. It's okay, Leo. It's just a matter of time before you see that come full circle. That's for sure. And you can move forward confidently. And that's what you do, because this weekend shows success. Okay. Without all the drama and all of that. Focus on success, go with the flow, and you're going to have a fantastic weekend, okay? All right, Leo, that is going to do it for your freaking weekend. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. You know how we do. All right, let's take you off the board and see who's next. And it's Scorpio. Okay. I got Scorpio rising. I almost called Leo Scorpio, and now I know why. I was almost foreseeing that. It's almost like I'm psychic or something. Okay, so, if you want a reading with me, you know what to do. I hit the wrong button. All right, welcome, Scorpio, to your freaking weekend. Let's do this. Let's get these cards ready. We got you up on the board. It's the weekend. Spring is on its way. Although it's a little chilly today, you know, for the last 3 days, or I think longer, actually, I've had the windows open. What a treat. What a treat. But it's getting closer. I mean, the sun's out till 7:30. Speaking of the sun, there it is. Shine bright, you crazy diamond. Okay, let's go ahead and get to the vibe for you. Is that it? Yeah. Interesting. This is almost like Leo's reading. All right, yeah. So, Scorpio, basically what we're saying here is 5 of Wands, no drama, no competing, no none of that bullshit. We're going to stay away from it. This is where you're resilient to get yourself out of this. You don't need this anymore. So, you know, let down your walls as far as I'm not going to get involved with this. It seems like you get kind of sucked into it. So the 6 of Swords is saying you're moving out of this energy, which is good. I know you're tired probably. We all have that form of exhaustion. But the Temperance card says, within time, this too shall pass. A lot of things going on. You don't have to compete for anything. It just may have been a busy week for you. And you're like, I want to get through this. And you will. Okay? 6 of Swords shows definitely moving out of this drama phase. Just remember that we don't need to build a wall. We need to, I understand why you do want to defend yourself, but are we doing it properly? Are we doing it without ego? Because ego is a big self-defense mechanism. So be aware of that. Okay, I feel like there's one more in there. Is it this one? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, definitely moving on. I love this. Moving on from all of this, okay? But I love this. The Empress and the Emperor out together, which is nurture yourself and take the lead. Yeah. You are the one that says, okay, I'm walking away from this drama. That's the big thing for you this weekend. And things even out because you do. You're not putting your focus into it. Nice try. You know what I mean? They tried, but you're not doing it. You're wiser and smarter and stronger for that. Okay? I like that. All right. Let's, you know what's really weird? I'm going to tell you. Usually, recently, when I'm not talking and there's a pause, I'm expecting to hear the background music. And I add it in post. So I don't know, man. It's weird because I hear the music playing along as I'm doing the reading. It's so messed up. All right. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So our thoughts can deceive us. Other people, again, stay out of the drama. We don't need it. It gets you stuck, especially when it comes to relationship drama. But You've got opportunities here with the Page of Cups and the Page of Swords. So many opportunities. Maybe you get wind of another opportunity for you, but this is good, fresh energy. And I think that's what you need to do, is look at it from a different point of view and not get so bogged down. You're getting an opportunity here to invigorate yourself in your relationships and form stronger bonds instead of sticking around with all the other shit. You know what I mean? And not being stuck in our thoughts. And it's usually a feeling of unworthiness. So, you know, with the Emperor and the Empress out, you're getting the both of you, if you're in a committed relationship, the both of you are getting a chance to kind of reinvigorate the relationship. It's never too late. It's always fun to do that. Always. All right. So we got pride here. Now, remember, I was talking about ego and being stubborn. And that's what that 9 of Wands was showing us, is that sometimes we just, you know, is it our pride? Is it our ego? So be aware of that, Scorpio. And intimacy. So this could be a very intimate weekend for you. Bonding, sensual, and confiding. This is the kind of energy that you want to focus on this weekend, and not so much of the clashing of egos and all of that. You know, it could go that way just because you're taking on a defensive posture. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, let's get what's the vibe. Pride and intimacy. Sounds like a Lifetime movie, doesn't it? Pride and intimacy. And hopeful. Yeah, just be inspired. Get inspired. Yeah, the pages also show that too. Being inspired, being optimistic, and focusing on success. That's how everything balances out. Just be patient with this. You got to be a little bit more, I don't know, caring about yourself. You can't expect to do it in one day, you know, or at that moment. Relax a little bit, okay? Enjoy this weekend. It seems pretty, you know. Let's get a closing message for you, Scorpio, and see what we have. This is the Rebel deck. It can be a smartass, and sometimes we need that. You know what I mean? All right, Scorpio. Closing message is, it's dark and you can't see a fucking thing. It's dark and you can't see a fucking thing. What could that be? Get your head out of your ass. Pronto. Yes. Okay. So you understand exactly where that is. And that could be the stubbornness and the ego and all of that. Stop trying to be right all the time. I think that's what it is. Just let it go. You know what I mean? You're moving on from that. It shows this weekend that you give two shiny shits about anybody else's drama and bullshit. And you should. Make that a daily practice. You'll be much more happier, all right? So, Scorpio, that is going to do it for your freaking weekend. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, motherfuckers. I'm kidding, of course. Trying to make light of a situation. I've got fucking 11 more readings to do. Give me a break. You know? All right. Scorpio, don't be arrogant. Don't be stubborn. Have a great weekend. I love you all. Thank you for watching. And let's see who's next. Okay? Let's give it a tussle so we're being fair. And it's Cancer. Cancer, you were first on the freaking weekend. Now you're third. Let's go ahead and put you on the board. There you go. Welcome, Cancer. I hope you are going to have a great weekend. So let's check the vibe. That's why you're here, right? So let's do it. Let's do it. All right, Cancer. Let's get the vibe for the weekend. You know how we do. If you want the full lowdown, you know, you go watch the midweek reset. That gives you all the all the info you need. All right. And before I start shuffling cards, I gotta adjust my chair because I feel like I'm a little kid sitting in Daddy's chair, and I think it. Oh, okay. It didn't go down. All right. I don't know. I love this chair, but It fuck with me sometimes. Okay, let's get the vibe. Okay. Let's do it again. All right, okay. Let's grab these cards. Ooh, I didn't even see that one. Okay. Oh, damn. Ooh, Cancer. Ooh. You're probably like, what? I'll tell you. All right. There's one or two things happening here, Cancer. Ooh, there's a hair on the table. Ew. All right, so, 8 of Cups, walking away from what no longer serves you. The Star, trusting that this is the right thing you're doing, and it is. Okay, you could be doing some healing too. You know, the 2 of Cups is huge. This is spending time with somebody if you're not. This could be meeting somebody. We'll see more as the reading progresses, but the Chariot and the 10 of Pentacles, are you fucking kidding me? This is good. So you might be going to an event. Maybe you're doing something at home. If the Four of Wands pops out at some point here, that could be. But you are walking away from bullshit. You're trusting the universe and you are moving forward. And this is either integrating and making a decision with yourself, or you could be opening up to a relationship. And Cancer, I have been saying that for quite some time. And I always say, I bet you're starting to roll your eyes, but it's the truth. You could be opening up fast to a stable, long-lasting relationship. Maybe it's just time for you to do that. So, yeah, I like it. So we've got the 8 of Pentacles, which is putting in the work to let things go. That's another 8. The High Priestess with listen to your intuition. Another 2. Joy and stability, the 4 of Wands. Okay, there you go. So maybe family events, maybe you meet somebody at a family event. Hopefully it's not your first cousin, or any cousin for that matter. Although, you know, whatever floats your boat. And the Ace of Wands. I like that. Wait, is that yeah, that's the Ace of Wands. Yeah, Jesus. Joy and stability, stable weekend, maybe opening up to that. This is good. It's good energy. Let's look at relationships. We got 8s and 2s. We got a payoff here. This looks like good energy, Cancer. This looks like good energy. Let's see, what do we have for relationships? Cancer. What do we have? Well, it seems like you got to make a choice. Wow. 7 of Pentacles, put your time and effort into things that pay off, especially in the relationship world. You want to be able to do that. That's 2 7s right there. And the 6 of Pentacles. So again, this could be like work related or something like that, but this is in a relationship section, which this is, you know, reciprocating energy. Maybe you're opening up to that. Maybe you're deciding that I do deserve, you know, somebody with reciprocating energy. It's possible. It is very well possible. And I forgot. Oh, shnikes. I don't have my cards. 777 is on the board. Boom, boom, boom. So that's a spiritual lesson here, but it's also luck. I left my angel numbers cards at the shop because I was lugging around like 24 decks. You know what I mean? And it's just like, well, I can leave these here. I'm not going to need those for the freaking weekend. Some bitch. And I left the other angel numbers ones there too. So shit. But pay attention to 777, okay? All right. Yeah, a huge message on family, and you're all about family. So maybe you're finding out that one of your kids is having a baby or something like that, fertility. Maybe you're looking to sow your seeds, so to say. But this is a huge focus on family with the 4 of Wands, the 10 of Pentacles. It could be that. Just feeling good about the whole family dynamic. Could be just that easy. And walking away from things that don't, you know, that don't matter. You know, because family's everything. Okay? All right, let's get what's the vibe. Very interesting. All right, or blocked, moved on, nothing to say, stop calling. Yeah, I think that's where you're at. You're just like, I'm moving on. I'm not dealing with this. Maybe you're dealing with some toxic drama in the family, but this looks like it evens out, pays off. And nightlife, striptease, gamble, Vegas. All right, maybe you got to take a gamble, but this looks like also going out and having some fun, you know, cutting a rug. There's nothing wrong with that. So maybe you're balancing between family and going out, maybe some obligations, but again, meeting somebody is huge. I'm telling you. All right, let's get, this is actually a really good reading. Let's get a closing message from the Rebel deck. Okay. Let's see. Shame, regret, and guilt. Those are just bullshit. They are. Forgive. Let that shit go. Okay? That makes sense. Maybe that's what you're doing. Letting bygones be bygones. Maybe finally this weekend you're just, solidifying that. Making a change, which brings you into greater stability. This is a really good reading. It's one of the best ones this week. So, kudos to you, Cancer. All right? That is going to do it for your freaking weekend. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, watch your midweek reset tarot reading. That's where we get in-depth, down, and dirty. And, wow, Cancer, there's a lot to unpack here, but it looks really good. Don't forget, 777. Those are your lucky numbers. And, yeah, that's going to do it. Cancer, have a great weekend. Thank you for watching. And let's see who's next. Just trucking right along. Libra. Woo. Libra, let's do it. Got you on the board. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get to freaking weekend, shall we? Let's do it. Let's do it. That reminds me of that Saturday Night Live skit. I'm Holly. Bottom of the deck is have faith this weekend, okay? Let's see, Libra. What else does the universe have to say? Is it going to give you a kiss on the cheek, or is it going to give you a kick in the ass? We don't know. We try to keep it light, but the last couple weekends, the messages were quite heavy. And it was hard for me to deal with. It really was. I'm not kidding. All right, how do we do this? All right. Libra, I think an offer comes in for you this weekend. You just have to be confident, okay? Open up to it. Don't cause any drama. Don't get involved in any drama. You gotta look at this differently. With the Five of Wands and the Ace of Swords, this is showing you like, you know what? I'm not getting involved with this. I'm not going to compete for anything. I'm not going to keep hounding somebody. They don't want anything to do with me. Fuck them. This is the attitude you take. I'm worthy of so much more. And when you say that, an offer comes in. We got the King of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles. You're going for the really high-hanging fruit instead of the low-hanging fruit, It's just easier. I know it's on the ground. I'll just wipe it off and it'll be fine. And then you bite into it and there's a worm in it. You know what I mean? But you're going for the effort. You're making the effort and it pays off. Knight of Cups. Word. It looks like somebody saying, come on in and join the party. Could be getting a message, something like that. Just stay out of drama. Don't stir the pot either. You can do that too. No. Don't do that. Just kind of sitting pretty, you're kind of maybe looking at your efforts here and going, good job. I didn't have to fight for this. I don't have to fight for anything anymore. I think that's the big thing this weekend, is not fighting for anything anymore. All right, helpless and hopeless. 8 of Swords, getting out of this stuck mentality. It takes a new way of looking at things. Again, messages could be coming in this weekend too. Open up. Don't hold back. Don't hold back. Just believe and succeed with the 6 of Wands. That's victory. So something is working here. I don't know. You're letting go of this. You kind of seen the light. I seen the light. And it is beautiful. It's beautiful. Just like Libra. Yeah. Get out of the deceptive thoughts. Leave the people alone that deceive you or trying to like shut you down. Wow, the Knight of Cups is out again. I wanted to show that first. That's twice. So offers coming in quick, and the Emperor empowering yourself. Beautiful. This again, the King of Pentacles, the Emperor shows, feeling strong and stable and not falling for the bullshit. I think the veil has been lifted for you, Libra. That's good. That's a good thing because you're nobody's sucker, And you get out of this helpless and hopeless kind of, I'm stuck in this energy. And you just got to change the way that you're looking at it, And I think an offer comes in that really, lusting, forbidden, non-committal, and sexual energy. Yeah, so the Knight of Cups bringing in some sexual energy. The Emperor is making you feel really good. You're not going for the low-hanging fruit. The easy hookup. Again, just because somebody winks at you doesn't mean that you should go for it. You know what I mean? You kind of know where I'm going here with this. All right. Again, you shouldn't compete for anybody's attention or love. They should be on an equal playing field. And I really think that something's transpiring here. An offer's coming in. So, Libra, make sure you take a shower. All right. Hopeful. That's right. Inspired, optimistic, and focusing on success. That's twice this came out here. So this could work. Whatever this offer is. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you both decide to, all right, let's do this. It's very positive either way. Okay? All right, let's get a closing message for you and see what we got. Again, thank you so much for being here. Oh, there it is. Let's see. Stop obsessing. Aha. You are not the fucking center of the universe. Okay. So basically what you do is you stop fighting this energy. You stop. And I mean, maybe, if you got some sexual energy, it needs to be released in some way. You know what I'm saying? So there could be that also. But what I really want you to do is stop obsessing. The offer comes in. Stop chasing it. That's what I think. All right, Libra? You heard it here first. Okay. That is going to do it for your midweek reset. The midweek reset you watch on Wednesdays. The freaking weekend you just got. And it could be, I say go with the offer. I say don't fight. You deserve better. There's another thing too. You deserve better, Libra. Okay? All right. I hope you have a great weekend. Stop obsessing. Okay? And let's take you off the board and see who's next. And it's Taurus. It's Taurus. It's Taurus. Let's put you on the board. On the board. Welcome to the freaking weekend. And let's see what we got for you. What do we got for you? Okay. So I hope you had a great week, Taurus. And if not, well, then I hope you are ready to have a better weekend and just kind of let things go. The weekends when we get to kind of chill, Hopefully. Oh boy. All right. Damn it. All right. It's an end and also a rebirth. You got to look at it this way, to deceptive thoughts, especially with yourself. It's really time to be strategic right now. The light of the moon is kind of shining down on this situation, but I'm going to tell you something. You're strong enough and you got this. So pull out that inner strength. It's enough of feeling defeated. Again, you may have had a hard week. Okay. So let's gather our strength up. Let's not let other people or our own thoughts fuck with us. Okay. It's an end to that. I think you're stronger than that. Okay. Yeah. Let me know in the comments if that resonates, because it looks like just, boy, can you talk yourself out of a lot, you know? Missed opportunities and all that. Yeah, maybe it's a weekend of just going within. Trusting your inner wisdom with the Hermit. Go within and you will find the answers. Revising your vision with the third eye chakra. So trusting your intuition. Keeping that vision alive, you know? You may have a lot of deceptive thoughts trying to talk you out of it, okay? Interesting. Maybe this is just a time to kind of maybe stay out of the spotlight for a little bit and reconsider, release. This is the perfect time to do it. If you watch the midweek reset, we talk extensively about that because we have a new moon coming up in a few days, so be aware of that. All right, so, yeah. Stuck. Got to make a decision. Maybe you got a lot of plans going on. Page of Swords is, well, all right, here's an option. Take it. And the King of Wands is making a change. So yeah, when it comes to relationships, I think you just need to decide that you're done with this and kind of take a fresh approach out of it. And don't feel like you're stuck in this energy, but open up to it instead. There's where there's a will, there's a way. And the King of Wands, again, the Leo card with the strength, and the King of Wands is also Leo. So maybe a Leo energy is prominent in your life. Ooh, that rang the bell. So this is realizations, epiphanies, understandings, and awakenings. Okay. So you're going within, you're using your third eye, you know, you're getting that sharpened. I don't know, something's happening here that can herald in some great change, especially when it comes to your relationships. All right, let's get, what's the vibe? Interesting energy. Wow, yeah. Archangel Michael, we did Archangel Michael's cards with the weekly reading. So this is about protection. You're prevented from harm, and there's divine intervention going on here. So excellent. Allow Archangel Michael to take away the negativity for you. That is a big message right there, Taurus. So let's get a closing message for the weekend. So big realizations. Again, you know, the title of the midweek reset was The Reveal. Maybe this is it. That kind of puts you in a different light, you know? Okay. Closing message is this. Stop talking. Is that for me or you? All right, shut your mouth and listen. Okay, so maybe you've got to listen to the other person. And I think this is where maybe the communication, again, Mercury's retrograde. So be aware of that, kids, okay? You follow this and know that you can cut all cords from negativity, and Archangel Michael is behind you on this. I suggest going back and watching the midweek reset, because I think that's huge for you right now, Taurus, okay? So, wow. Taurus, that's going to do it. Again, go check out your midweek reset. There may be some more messages that can help you understand this energy that's happening here, but it's good. It's a realization, and you come out stronger in the end. Beautiful, okay? Not too dramatic. It's okay. Taurus, have a great weekend. I love you all. Thank you for watching. Let's take you off the board. Give it a tussle. Come on, you. All right, let's see who's next. And it's Sagittarius. Welcome, Sag, to the freaking weekend. Let's get the vibe for you. Thank you so much for being here. Wonderful. Let's do it. Okay. Now, my cards go together very nice, but when they do that, that shows that there's some resistance here. So right away, Sag, there's some resistance for what's going on. So you may resist the message in some way. So take a deep breath and let's open up to it, okay? All right, very good. Let's do this for you, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for being here. You know I love you, fellow fire signs. Okay, is that it? Yes. All these cards are face down except for the Four of Wands. And that's all you need to focus on is having fun. This could be at home. The Four of Wands focuses on home, but it's also balance and harmony and rejoicing and celebrating. And yeah, a new way of looking at things. Three of Wands shows you're ready for it. So this idea comes in and you're celebrating. Maybe you're getting an idea that maybe it's a time to kind of move on. Could be that too, maybe physically or, emotionally, but the Wands show change this weekend. So maybe change the routine. And it kind of focuses around the home. So, maybe you're making a list for things to do, at springtime. Could be that. Okay. All right, those came out a little weird, but they came out just the same. Wow. All right. Shine as brightly as the sun. Very positive energy for this weekend. That is not letting anyone or anything dim your shine, including your own thoughts, your judgments, anything like that. We don't want to do that. But we have trust with the Fool, so don't be foolish. Whatever you have been kind of trying to manifest is actually coming your way. And again, the Four of Wands with joy and stability. I like this. I like this a lot. I thought Cancer's reading was really positive, but yours is even better. Ace. Okay, so let's look at relationships. So lots of yellow. I'm being drawn to the yellow here. That's confidence, okay? That's I'm worthy. I'm good enough. Man, you're giving me a hard time with these cards. It's like your energy's kind of holding back these positive messages. Why? It's probably because you need a new idea that you deserve it. You're worthy of it, Which ones do I keep? Those three. Okay. Yeah. It's you declaring that you're done with the negative stuff. It's taking arrows. It's a lot. You're done with this. You're done. You're moving on. We got the Ace of Swords to the Ten of Swords, and then we have the King of Swords. It's cutting things off, not dealing with it, and feeling a hell of a lot more better. And the Page of Cups, an opportunity comes in here. So a message, Cupid's arrow. Something that's going to definitely make you rejoice here. I like it. Okay? So let's get some more messages. So, maybe cutting out the toxic relationships in your life and it just feels so much better. Maybe one of your kids that's like 30 finally moves out. Hurrah! Okay. So we've got obsession. Infatuation, adoration, and addiction. So maybe you're kicking an addiction. Maybe you're stopping the obsessing. But infatuation, you could find out about that. The Page of Cups always brings in that kind of, I call it Cupid's arrow, And chemistry. Attraction, spark, and passion. Now, we got 2 Four of Wands here. So that tells me that there is definitely a mutual energy that singles you've been waiting for, or couples moving closer to that, you know what I mean? Without obsessing about the details, okay? All right, wow. let's get what's the vibe. And see, come see. Ooh, okay. Damn, Sag, this is spicy. Soulmate. Ooh, wee. Twin flame, friendship, romantic partner. So again, this could be a focus on you guys just jiving, just harmonizing, you know? How do you do that? Yeah. Just flowing. It's good energy. Open up to it. Stop fucking with the negative stuff. It's not working for you, okay? So let's get a closing message for you. Wow. Okay. Step away from the crazy-making diet for a hot second. Kale and spirulina taste like ass. I don't eat anything I can't pronounce. Eat some yummy shit, bacon, chocolate, beer, get some. And that's the whole thing. Go out and get some. Maybe you're obsessing about the diet and all of that. Maybe you're addicted to the diet. Sometimes, once in a while, you got to give yourself a cheat day, and there's nothing wrong with it, Sag, okay? Very good message. One of the best ones so far this freaking weekend. Jesus. All right. That's going to do it for your freaking weekend, Sag. Very good. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to check out your midweek reset, of course. That gives you the vibe so much more. And yeah, just trust it. Don't be foolish. Don't get in your head. Don't obsess. Just have a good time. Nah, gonna have a good time. Hey. All right, Sag, we're gonna take you off the table and see who is next. Let's see who's next. Okay, and it's Gemini. Welcome, Gemini, to the freaking weekend. Let's put your beautiful ass on the board. There you go. Welcome, Gemini. Let's get the vibe for this weekend for you, shall we? Let's do it. Always a pleasure. Always, always, and forever. We're doing the freaking weekend for Gemini. Let's get the vibe for the weekend, everybody, okay? So sit back, relax, and watch the cards fly. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's see. We may be feeling a little imbalanced here, okay? All right? So what I want you to do is let go of some drama that's happened in the past here, whatever it is. Yes, it's got you. Maybe it's just, financial problems, something like that. I just want you to focus on success this weekend. Again, let's not have anything from the past come back and haunt us. No. We don't want to do that, okay? So basically, let's focus on balance. Let's focus on success this weekend. That's it. Everything working out. Not letting other things get in our way, especially some drama from the past. I don't know what that could be, Gemini, but nope. Also a message of love is all around you. So let's be aware of that. Yeah. Right. Okay. Seek the truth. Pull back that veil of illusion, because it's illusion. It definitely is. It could be self-sabotage. It could be something of that nature. No. Listen to your intuition this weekend. It'll speak volumes, okay? You gotta have a win or lose attitude. All right? So you choose this weekend. What's it gonna be? Win or lose? It's that easy. But we're too much in our head right now. And that causes an imbalance with money, with everything. It just all fits together here. So Gemini, be aware of that, okay? So let's go ahead and see what's going on with relationships. Is that the problem or the issue? Something? I don't know. Well, you create your reality. So what's it going to be? Win or lose? It's very cut and dry this weekend. Good. We don't have to, again, seek the truth. Are you creating this by focusing on it? Again, a huge message of the High Priestess, and I also want you to pay attention to 222. I can't put it on the board because I left my cards at the shop. I'm so pissed. But I was like, well, I'm not going to need these for the freaking weekend, and they're all like packed in an envelope because they're handmade cards, so I don't have a box for them. But I left because I've been doing readings from the shop on TikTok, that I left them. But pay attention to 222. That's important for this weekend, okay? Knight of Pentacles, maybe an apology. Maybe someone wants to apologize. Okay. But that's it. And the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. Again, when you choose winning, you win. Take a hint from Charlie Sheen. Winning, winner, winner, chicken dinner. It's that easy. But for some reason, something from the past is just nagging at you. Maybe it's because of this. You got shallow hell syndrome. Hollow, empty, boredom. And because you're bored, you got to stir the pot. Gemini, you know, you can be susceptible to that. Don't do it this weekend, okay? Again, don't be shallow, because that kind of puts you in a losing category there, okay? So I'm just saying. Again, take it if it resonates or if it don't. Okay, so let's do this. Oh, damn. Love affair, dirty little secret, sex fix, or the down low. This can go to so much. This is either showing a love affair really deepening and it's everything that you dreamed of, or you having greener grass syndrome. There's so much messages coming in right now for like every Gemini, and stop. Okay, thank you, but stop. Well, as long as we're not making mistakes from the past, okay? So if you're single and somebody gives you an offer and says, oh, baby, you know what? I've changed. I will never stop anyone from having a good time, okay? I will never do that. However, just because you're bored doesn't mean you can go back to Dirtbag Daryl, have a good little stint, and then now all of a sudden he's chasing you around. You know what I mean? It's something like that. Or somebody is putting the feels on you like, baby, I'm sorry, I changed. I'll let me buy you dinner. And then he says he forgot his wallet. And then you're paying and he's holding you from behind. You know what I mean? Just, yeah. And that's reverse for guys and girls too. You know what I mean? Because there can be some dirtbag Denises out there. So, I don't know. Either way, it's a win or lose attitude. I mean, basically this whole thing is showing it's a good weekend. So maybe I'm just looking more at the negative, but, I don't know. Only you would know, Gemini. Or maybe it's just you need a little. I know that sounds shallow, but it could be that simple. Everybody needs a release. Oh my God. Look at. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. But you know what I'm saying. Seek the truth. Maybe you've just been isolated too much, something. I don't know. All right, let's get a closing message, and it's focus. You are the best thing to ever happen to you, Gemini. I wholeheartedly agree. Go easy on your ass and buy your own damn drink. Okay. Again, don't beat yourself up. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. That's a good thing too. So much to unpack here this weekend, Gemini. So what's it going to be? This is basically the bottom line. Win or lose. You choose your life. Do you, boo? All right, that is gonna do it for the freaking weekend. Make sure you check out your weekly tarot reading, the midweek reset on Wednesdays. And yeah, I don't know. This looks like it could, you know what? It could be a little bit from column A, a little bit from column B, but either way, Gemini, you have yourself a great weekend. Okay, let's take you off the board and see who is next. And it's Virgo. Okay, Virgo, let's ring that bell. Welcome, Virgo, to another edition of the freaking weekend. Let's do it. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get these cards ready for you because they're a little moist from Gemini's reading. Just a little steamy there, a little spicy, a little sauce. You know, a little spice, a little sauce. You ever see that little girl? Like, where'd she get that from? Where's she talking like that? A little spice, a little... Tastes a little bit of the tomato, you know? It's like, oh my God. All right, Virgo. Let's get to it. Let's get the vibes for this weekend for you. Ooh, okay. They just wanted to jump right out. What do I keep? Those. Okay. Just 3. Ooh. Now, Virgo. God damn it. I have been saying this for weeks. Relationships. And I'm pretty sure that this is this new moon that's happening. Let me check really quick. Yeah, that's happening in your 7th house of relationships. So that's happening next week, right next around to the spring equinox and all of that. So pay attention to the messages that are coming out of my mouth, okay? So you've got... First of all, there's a message here of have fun, okay? Number 1, have fun. Number 2, you're taking things way too serious, okay? Number 3, calm your emotions. What are you all wrapped up in? Calm yourself. Calm yourself in the storm. Again, you're taking yourself way too seriously. You need to calm your shit down. And the 2 of Cups shows like things harmonizing. You know, 2 of Cups just doesn't show relationships. It shows a harmony, okay? But again, the 2 of Cups does mean somebody coming in. Maybe they do. The King of Cups, the 2 of Cups might be a very emotionally in tune person with you. Something to that nature. Maybe you're finally taking my advice and opening up to it. Hey, I hope you do. I think you deserve it. Especially the singles out there. Oh, whoa. Okay. Let's see. These fell on the floor and... Oh, no, they didn't want me to take them. Okay. All right. Yeah, okay, so you're moving on. Maybe you're moving on from the, oh, Jeff, I don't need a relationship. Maybe you're moving on from that. And the World card could also be showing moving. So maybe you're traveling to meet somebody. I don't know. This really does feel like a relationship kind of reading. So, yeah, that sounds like that. I got to dive into let's do it. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see, baby dolls. Boys and girls. Okay, yeah, the opportunity is coming in. But again, you see the 2 of Cups right there? They're getting the mix right. So if you haven't seen it and you're like, Jeff, you don't know what you're talking about, it's because you need to be patient. I hope I'm not making you impatient when I say, I don't know, Virgo. But what I'm telling you is get ready. Open yourself up to it. I'm not wrong by saying that, you know, the relationship could possibly happen here. What I'm saying is that that's up to you. That's up to you, Virgo. What's it going to be? Are you going to choose it? Or are you just going to be like, no, I don't need it. You know? I'm telling you, it's something else. So let's continue. But an offer is coming in. Embrace it. Oof, wow. I don't know why I'm feeling tension though. So release the tension. You're taking it way too serious. The Page of Wands always shows, always shows things just being, just, you know, you're too involved in a certain outcome, and you got to be open to the possibilities. Withdrawn, single, lonely, solitary. Well, I believe that's about to change. Maybe for some of you, you need this, or a balance of it. Get your emotions right first. But it's a good weekend. Okay, so let's get what's the vibe. Bam. Okay. All right, yeah, for some of you, it could be healing, doing some self-care, doing some introspection, even meditation will help this weekend, maybe to get rid of those emotions, moving on from that. Yeah, this could be an opportunity to take care of yourself. Beautiful. I like that. I like where that's going. All right, let's get a closing message for you. Okay. Telling. Closing message, Virgo. Some good shit is about to happen. Don't let your issues fuck it up. I'm telling you, and the issue is that you're just seeing it one way. Open up to the possibilities. All right, universe, I'm open to possibilities here. Let's do this. Okay? That's all. But some good shit's about to happen. All right, Virgo. Wow. A continuation of this saga of, is Virgo hooking up? Is Virgo finding somebody? Are they allowing themselves to? Because I love that. Or maybe you're just going to have a weekend where you're spending it with the people that you love spending your time with, okay? All right, Virgo, don't forget, watch your midweek reset, always at Wednesdays, 10 a.m. And let's go ahead and take you off the board. Have a great weekend, and let's see who is next. And it's Capricorn. Welcome, Capricorn, to your freaking weekend. Let's go ahead and get these cards shuffled for you. Let's see what we got. Man, I just kind of zoned out for a minute there. So the cards were, that shuffle was totally taken over. I don't know what happened there, but I just totally went blank. Wow, never had that happen before. Okay, this ought to be interesting. Let's see. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, so I got 3 cards here. These are face down except for this one. And this card says, don't be foolish. First message is don't be foolish. The second one is, it's a reset for you and you need to take a risk. A calculated risk. That means you're not going to be a fool and jump off the cliff, but you know what you're getting into, okay? The Star and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so trust the universe. I guess that's the first step you got to take, is trusting the universe. However, these steps you cannot skip steps. You cannot go every 2. You have to take one step at a time. The Knight of Pentacles is saying one step at a time here. Let's not rush it. Don't be foolish. Okay? And the Star also indicates healing. So don't be foolish. Don't move forward unless you've healed yourself. Because if you don't, it's gonna show itself back up in some way. And slow down, Knight of Pentacles, nice and easy. Slow and steady wins the race. Seems like I have to say that a lot to Capricorns. And it's all right, but they never listen. All right. Let's see. Yeah. 5 of Pentacles. Fear of failure, feeling alone. Crickets. Feeling sorry for yourself, feeling left out. Well, why is that? Ace of Swords. This The risk is looking at things from a different light. Again, healing this part of yourself. That's why this is over here and this is over here. Eventually you'll get it. But you can't keep doing it the way you've been doing it. That's the big message right there. Okay, so let's look at relationships. So, wow, I zoned out again. Holy shit. Wow, that's messed up. Like I didn't even... Okay, now, for relationships, these two are face down, but this one's showing stop holding back. So maybe communication. Oh my God, look, the Fool. Wow. Capricorn, don't be foolish when it comes to relationships either, especially looking at the past. Oh, this feels victim-y if I've ever felt it. So, all right, if that's what you want to do, if you want to sit all this weekend and feel poor me and listen to Sarah McLachlan and fucking cry in your chamomile tea, that's on you, not on me. That's saying don't be foolish here. Put in the work. Yeah, that's right. Put in the work. Or don't. But relationships can't, progress if you're in this holding back, feeling alone, victim-y kind of, harumphing. That's what it looks like to me. So you need some nurturing energy with the divine feminine. Yin. Feminine energy. Again, yeah, nurture yourself. I think don't be foolish by not being nurturing to others or yourself or your relationships because you don't deserve them. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Let's get what's the vibe. Interesting. I don't know. It kind of is like just go with it kind of weekend. Oh my God! And then we got the. All right, now I understand the masculine energy, authority, discipline, and father figure. I will be your father figure. I have had enough of pride. Okay. So maybe we got a little from column A, a little from column B, a little bit of spice, a little bit of tomato, a little bit of cilantro. This looks like... now I understand the two fools. Oh, okay, so it could be that. Two fools just getting together this weekend. Take it slow, okay? I don't know. All right, Capricorn. Let's get a closing message for you. Yeah. It could just be just be foolish. Or maybe this. Focus. Stop sleeping so damn much. Wake up. You're missing some cool shit. Could that be it? Yeah, I'm just gonna lay in bed and, Lifetime movies. Something like that. The Notebook. Watching that over and over again. I've never watched it. Has no desire for it. Almost started an argument at the family dinner one time. Because, I was just like, the fuck the Notebook, and I haven't even watched it. It would probably be my favorite movie of all time. But I'm not doing that. I don't watch no romantic movies. I would rather have it in real life in front of me, instead of watching some fake bitch fucking hook up and get it. You know what I mean? Salty. All right. That's going to do it for your freaking weekend. I'm telling you, something's up here. Don't be foolish. Penny wise and pound foolish, or whatever they say. Just go slow. You don't need to be rushing into anything. Okay? All right. My lovelies, Capricorn, that is going to do it for your freaking weekend. Thank you so much for watching. We're going to take you off the board and see who is next. All right, let's see. Who is it? And it's Aquarius. Welcome, Aquarius, to your freaking weekend. Let's get it. Let's put you on the board. There you go. Boom. All right. Let's do this, Aquarius. Let's get the vibe for this weekend. What's going to be? Everyone's readings have been, so-so. The energy's been kind of so-so. Let's see how so-so or fantastic or oh no it's going to be for you. All right, so thank you for being here. We've got the cards ready to go. Boom, 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 boom. 6 cups at the bottom of the deck. Could be reminiscing Maybe dealing with some stuff from the past. Excuse me. Yeah, I needed to say that. For some of you, it's a reminder of love is all around you. So be on the lookout for it. Be aware of it. Be grateful. Wow. Yeah, some of you got something to say too. King of Swords. Yeah, absolutely. So, we've got some wisdom here to talk about. We've got a lot of suits. So these are kind of like energies that are available to you. And I guess the top one right now is go with the flow with the Queen of Cups. Trust your intuition this weekend. Again, go with the flow. Might be dealing with some male energy, maybe from the past also. So maybe this is father issues, something like that, father-brother issues. But the King of Pentacles is an energy that embodies safety and security, and I've got this. I can sit back. The King of Swords is very observant and speaks his truth. That's why I felt like my throat chakra was a little verklempt there for a minute, is because it felt like something needs to be said. So again, it's a mature energy. But the Queen of Cups is saying, go with the flow. You just go with it. When you do, an opportunity comes in and things start to move. So there could be movement this weekend also with messages coming in. So maybe you just got to go with the flow of, you got an opportunity here either for someone to come in and apologize to you, or you apologize to them, or something like that. Okay? So, but there's lots of, God damn. Something's got you kind of tongue-tied or something, Aquarius. I've never had that happen like that, and to such a degree. So clear it out. Yeah, it needs to be cleared out. You'll feel much better when you do. All right, what else do we have here? Yeah, look at that. Confront. Interesting. Go within. Again, trusting that inner wisdom with the Hermit there. And take the lead with the Emperor and open up your heart. Wow. So confront an issue from the past, maybe. Go with the flow and open up your heart. Move towards that. That's what that Eight of Wands is kind of showing. A movement towards opening up our heart because we finally confronted something of the past here. Kind of deep for the weekend, but I mean, that's the way it went. Okay. Wow, look at that. No more wishy-washiness in relationships. Again, this is empowering yourself. This is using your inner wisdom here. It's a lot, so much. And creating the reality you want, creating the relationship you want. Maybe you're taking the lead in it. Maybe you're not waiting around for somebody this weekend. There's a lot to unpack here. I was kind of hoping the Oracle cards would kind of level it out, but it didn't. It just kind of reinforced what we were talking about. Now it really goes in a different direction. Ecstasy. Maybe you guys are dropping Molly this weekend. Don't, okay? Chasing thrills, excitement, good time. Maybe you just deserve a good time. Maybe you should feel some ecstasy. Maybe you need to confront the situation that doesn't allow you to do that. Or the person that just ain't doing it for you. You know what I mean? Kind of comes into play now. Definitely. All right, let's get what's the vibe. Ooh, what do I keep? The one that's upside down. All right, possibilities, yeah. So open yourself up to possibilities this weekend. Follow your dreams. But you got to make up your mind. That Two of Pentacles is showing that. Make up your mind, okay? And believe in yourself. Yeah, taking the lead. All right, so I see this. It's letting go of maybe past insecurities, feeling more secure, being able to speak your voice, maybe confronting your fears this weekend, you know? Maybe you're asked to speak or something like that. I don't know. But it'll bring you great joy. Open up your heart, too. Wow, a lot of these cards have been coming out like that. All right, closing message, Aquarius. You're being shady. Watch out, shit could get ugly. Okay, so with that being said, you got to confront the issues here. Okay? Again, at the beginning of the reading, we pulled the Six of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So I'm thinking maybe that you got to deal with something from the past. And then we have these king figures that always show some kind of father figure. So maybe that is. Let me know in the comments if that resonates with you. But, you know, I think that's our very first, not shady, very serious reading there. But I'm going to tell you something. It pays off. It pays off really well. So just imagine the possibilities of what it would be like to let that go. Maybe that's what you're releasing this weekend. Either way, it's good for you. And things are moving fast. Just go with the flow. Okay, Aquarius? All right, that is going to do it for your freaking weekend. Don't forget, watch your midweek reset tarot reading available on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. And like, share, comment, and subscribe. So let's take you off the board, Aquarius. I love you. And let's see who is next. And it's Aries. Welcome, Aries, to your freaking weekend. Let's get the vibe for you this weekend. Thank you so much for being here. Aries, do you have something to say? Because I had to clear my throat like that, and I don't smoke anymore, so I don't know what the hell that is. And it's been over a year since I quit, so you got something to say. Usually when that happens to me, it's always about, hey, you got to say something to somebody. So let's find out. All right, anything else? Nope. All right, you know what? I'm gonna put faith in the middle there. Yeah, the Hierophant with faith. We have the Tower, which is, okay, a lot of chaos going on. You gotta have your faith. The thing is we gotta move away from it, letting go of our burdens. Trusting where we're going too. We could literally be moving this weekend. Okay? That's important. The Tower, chaos. The Hierophant, faith. The Ten of Wands, releasing, moving on. Okay? You got to have faith that after all this chaos, you can still do this. You're carrying way too much, though. Release the burdens. Okay? That's what you do. Have faith that you can release the burdens this weekend. Maybe just releasing the burdens of the week and having faith that next week will be much better. You know what I mean? It could be that easy. All right, let's get some oracles and see what else. Okay, what do we got? What do we have for Aries? Anything else? There we go. Okay. Yeah, put in the effort with the Eight of Pentacles. Working on your masterpiece, putting in the work. Dedicating yourself to having faith and going with the flow. I love this, another 10. So these are big payoffs this weekend. You gotta have faith that they're coming to you. Okay, I get it. All right, let's get relationships and love. Love the 2 10s. That's a big payoff. When you go with the flow, you have faith where this is going. Okay? All right, let's see. Now let's look at relationships. I like this. This is a very positive weekend energy. Are you open to it though, Aries? You know? This says no. You know, you're stuck. You got fear of failure, being left out. Again, that chaos. There's a reason why this is happening. You're resilient, so you got this. Yes, relationships have kind of beat you down, but don't put up a wall. Don't focus on being alone and all of that. Take action with the Knight of Wands, moving to go with the flow, moving on, basically. You're moving on this weekend, Aries. Very good. Okay? Whatever. You're just, all right, I got this. Just keep on keeping on, like that Knight of Wands. Just move, man. Fast. You're putting in the effort to doing that. And then, of course, it's just focusing on the possibilities. Being free-spirited, adventure, and taking risks. This is your energy right here. You know what I mean? Look at that beautiful yellow sun, you know, glowing. not focusing on the negative. Okay? Wow. Very fast, very speedy reading. Very cut and dry, thank God. Because I was like, well, it could be this, it could be that, it could be this, it could be that. This is just moving on. Yeah, and unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of envy around you. You know, don't be resentful. You don't need to be competitive, and don't get discontent. Okay? You look at the possibilities instead, you know. Are you going to choose victim or being a victor? Two different, totally different ways that they manifest. Okay, so let's get a closing message for you, Aries, and see what. Ooh, there it is. Okay, pay attention. Some good shit is about to happen. Don't let your issues fuck it up. Don't let your issues fuck it up. Being in this victim mentality, it will get you nowhere. It's time to move on from that, okay? Wow. All right, Aries, that is going to do it for your freaking weekend. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to watch your midweek reset tarot reading. That is available 10 a.m. on Wednesdays. And yeah, keep the faith. You gotta have faith, faith, faith. I gotta have faith, faith, faith. Aries, you make sure you have a good weekend. All right, before I totally ruin myself, have a great one, Aries. Thank you for watching. Let's see who's last. And last in the zodiac, last for today. Pisces, happy birthday. It's almost Pisces, end of Pisces season. And what a good one it was, Pisces, don't you think? Let me know in the comments if it was, of course, or if it wasn't. You know, let's be honest. Let's not be delusional, okay? But last but not least, Pisces. We're going to be moving on to Aries season soon. Let's get the vibe for you. Oh, did you see that? The way those, anything else? I feel like there's one more in there. There it is. Two more. Okay. Oh, shit. 2 10s, beautiful energy this weekend, but don't be foolish. Yeah. Wow. Beautiful. Okay. Very plain message here. I want to start from here, though. What a great energy this weekend. Just, you know, enjoying it. Celebration. I love it. Focusing on success. But we could be confused. There's some confusion here. What do I choose? What's more tempting? To look at the negative or look at the positive? And the message that's reinforced here with the Fool is don't be foolish. Move on from that negative mindset. That's another 10. Payoff. Boom. And man, when you do, it's beautiful. So don't sweat the small stuff. You know what I mean? Just focus on the goal. Don't be foolish to let other influences or anything get in your way. It's time to get out of the negative mindset. You know, you're closing out your season in a good way, a very good way. Could be celebrating your birthday this weekend, you know? Those late degree Pisces. Interesting, but this is beautiful. The Chariot, the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Swords. Wow. Yeah, so this is what you do this weekend. Release. Don't be foolish. Take the time to release and detach from the week and have some fun. That's plain and simple. Let's look at relationships. Now let's put these right there so you can see those words, because I think you need to see those words. Release and detach this weekend, and it'll pay off. Yeah, go within. You know it's telling you to let that go. Take control over yourself. You got to make some moves here, and it's moving towards success. Absolutely. And the Page of Wands. You're taking shit way too seriously. So detach. Excuse me. You may have something to say. Maybe you gotta release expectations from yourself. But this is, I'm letting this go. I'm moving on. This is a very good weekend reading. I think you're getting ready for this new moon in Pisces, you know, moving towards that energy. You know, take it seriously. Don't be foolish. I mean, you are taking it way too serious. Instead, yeah, indulge yourself a little bit, Pisces, with some fantasy, daydreaming, imagining, or fantasizing. Okay? And don't be foolish about fantasizing that everything's okay. You have to release and detach from something this weekend, and it's very important that you do. So let's get what's the vibe and see what we have. Okay. So again, releasing, cutting ties. I'm telling you. Look at that. Freedom, standing up and awakening. Yeah. It's a great time to do it. It pays off. Let's get a closing message for you, Pisces. But it's such a payoff. So pay attention. Release whatever happened this weekend. Don't be confused or make you second guess yourself or anything like that. You know? Really, it'll pay off. Closing message. Don't believe every shitty thought you have. Now, that 10 of Swords is saying you're moving out of that. Thoughts can be sneaky lying bastards. And you are cutting ties and awakening from the negative self-talk in your head, Pisces. Great way to finish out your season and getting ready for this new moon. Getting rid of that negative attitude. Holy shit, that's fantastic. Wow, Pisces. Unbelievable. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. That's some powerful energy there. It really is. Yeah, make sure you check out the weekly tarot reading, the midweek reset tarot reading. And yeah, Pisces, happy birthday. And thank you for watching the freaking weekend. You have a great weekend, and we're going to take Pisces off the board and let everyone know that I am so happy that this concludes this this weekend, freaking weekend tarot reading. My God. That reading just got me a little excited. It's a change for Pisces, you know what I mean? But yes, that's going to conclude the freaking weekend. I hope everyone has a great one. Be safe, have fun. Don't take yourself so seriously, everybody. And I love you all, and I will see you Tea and Tarot Sunday, 10 a.m. TikTok.